Did you know that about 75 million Americans have high blood pressure? That's 1 out of 3. Uncontrolled high blood pressure can have damaging effect on the arteries, leading to stroke. It can increase the chances of heart attack. It can damage kidney function and even have an impact on the brain, leading to dementia. But did you know that certain pieces of classical music have been scientifically proven to help lower blood pressure? And the music of 3 specific composers are a valuable addition to anybody's healthy heart treatment plan. In today's episode of Prayer Piano, I will share with you 3 pieces of music that have been shown to reduce blood pressure. Is music in your medicine cabinet? If not, it should be. It's free, painless, and has no side effects except that it makes you feel great. The beautiful sounds of classical music can have amazing effects on the mind, the body, and the spirit. Stay tuned to learn all about it. High blood pressure is a big problem in America. 1 out of 3 Americans suffer from it, and only half of the people with high blood pressure do have it under control. Over 350,000 deaths in America yearly are caused by high blood pressure being a contributing cause. Music has long been known as having an effect on people's minds, emotions, and even their bodies. In fact, in ancient Greek time, music was known as one of the healing arts. The famous Greek mathematician, philosopher, and pioneer of music, Pythagoras, realized the huge and instantaneous impact that music has on people. And it was all because of an incident that he experienced on the street one day. Pythagoras was standing on a street and he was nearby a guy who was playing on his harp. The music that the harpist happened to be playing was rather bold and nationalistic. Suddenly, he sees a commotion happening, and there is a man running across the street, furious. Let's call him Zorba. Zorba is furious, and he's chasing another guy down the street, screaming, "I will burn your house down for what you did to me." Now, it's unclear whether the injustice perpetrated against this man was a robbery or maybe the guy tried to steal his girlfriend. It's unclear, but whatever the offense was, Zorba was plenty steamed and in a fury. So he was ready to go and scourge the guy's house down. And who knows, maybe even something worse, had it not been for the clever idea of Pythagoras at that moment to change the situation totally around. He leaned over to the harpist and said, "Hey, fella, can you try playing a different tune? One a little bit more mellow, one a little bit more serene. This tune is just a little too rowdy, and especially under the circumstances, let's go for a nicer, more mellow mood." And so the harpist did. The remarkable thing was that instantly the furious Zorba stopped in his tracks. He calmed down. His fury disappeared, and the rage episode was over. 1 life was spared, and 1 house was spared from being burned to the ground. Now, music affected him so deeply. It affects us so deeply. So why not take advantage of its soothing and healing elements to help us manage certain health conditions, in this case 3 things I'm going to show you that you can do with music to help lower high blood pressure. Here are actually the composers to listen to. Number 1, Mozart. It's no surprise that even this composer has a phenomenon associated with him due to the incredible benefits by listening to his music. It's known as the Mozart effect, and this phenomenon was made famous in the 1990s by a book written by a fellow named Don Campbell. In the Mozart effect, Campbell shows how, in particular, the music of Mozart has a unique combination of pattern, harmony, and sweet melody. There's something about the symmetry also of his musical design that resonates with our whole being. Listening to Mozart is like taking a sonic dose of vitamin C. It is sunshine for your soul. You can listen to any slower piece of Mozart and greatly influence your heart. My personal recommendation is his well-known and much beloved Serenade in G major. Number 2, Johann Strauss II. Now, who doesn't love a good waltz? If you've ever rung in the New Year's with watching a broadcast of New Year's in Vienna, then you surely have enjoyed the joyous music of Johann Strauss II. Johann was a 19th century composer from Austria. His specialty was composing light music. He wrote over 500 waltzes, as well as operettas and ballet. It's really fun. It's very effervescent music. Now, according to a German study conducted in Ruhr University, the music of Mozart and Strauss were shown to lower blood lipid concentrations and lower heart rate. This is what they did. Researchers took 120 participants. Half of the subjects were exposed to music for 25 minutes. Now, subdivided into 3 groups, they were played recorded music either by Mozart or by Strauss or by the pop band ABBA. The remaining 60 subjects were allocated to a control group that spent their time in silence. Before and after exposure to music and quiet time, respectively, all participants had their blood pressure, heart rate, and cortisol concentration measured. Classical music by Mozart and Strauss notably lowered blood pressure, the heart rate of the participants, whereas there was no substantial effect seen by the songs of ABBA. In the control group that listened to nothing at all, there was no marked improvement. So it was only Mozart and Strauss that seemed to influence these results. Listening to smooth and soothing music and the flow of waltzes is a great way to steady blood pressure. To start, I would recommend Johann Strauss's famous Blue Danube Waltz. I think you'll love it so much you'll soon work your way through all 500. Number 3, Beethoven. Alas, the Titan Ludwig van Beethoven, the composer of heroic works such as the Fifth Symphony. He also had a sweet, intimate side to his personality that showed in his pieces, but in no other piece is the intimacy more profound than in his last symphony, the Grand Ninth Symphony. The blood pressure lowering effects of the third movement of this particular symphony are legendary. For me, this movement is almost embryonic in nature. It takes you to places outside of yourself. It is a piece of heaven. All these selections that I mentioned on this episode can easily be found on YouTube, and the links are shared below. If you're inspired by the healing effects in music, you will love my digital album called Music for Renewal. The collection features music by various classical composers, and they are piano pieces that I recorded and selected. They are meant to uplift you from any difficult situation you may be facing in life, including health and heart situations. Music is more than entertainment, it can heal. The Music for Renewal digital album is available for you to download on my website, prayer-piano.com. Please follow me on social media for more updates and content designed to help you compose your best life. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends and family and help spread the word and great music of the past.